Alright, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And as part of the Rankin Technical College AWD, or Application and Website Development Program, and in particular, the AWD1100 or C# Programming Fundamentals course, I'm doing a series of video presentations that are based on the textbook that will be used for the course, and that is Muroc C# 2015. Now the book has 26 chapters in it, I believe, 26. So far I've done lectures on chapters 1 through 5, and after chapter 3, and after chapter 4, and after chapter 5, I've been working on kind of a perpetual payroll program that I've been adding to with features and functionality based off of whatever was in that particular chapter. So again, now I'm up to chapter 6, how to code methods and event handlers. Now, C#, we talked about this many chapters ago, or quite a few chapters ago, is an object-oriented programming language. When you write functions or routines inside of an object-oriented programming language, those functions or routines are referred to as methods. All right? If that method needs information in order to do its job, it's put inside the set of parentheses. That basically the name of the method, the return type, and the parentheses, that's what's referred to as the method signature. So you're going to see all that in here. All right? So we're going to talk about all of this stuff. We'll also talk about passing by value as opposed to passing by reference, what an optional parameter is, all right, and the way event wiring works in C#. Okay? So let's kind of break out of and do this a little bit differently than the way I've been doing it before. And what I mean by that is this. Let's start up a brand new C# project. All right? There'll be nothing special about this project, believe me. But I'm going to create a new project, and I want it to be a Windows form app, and we want to save it. I don't know why that goes back every once in a while, but on the desktop, and I'm just going to call this methods. Maybe a silly name, but I'm going to call it methods. And here I'm going to call it Chapter 6-methods and click Create. And I'm going to show you a really bad way to write a program. You might say, well, why would you do that? Hopefully you'll understand in just a couple minutes. All right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and trying to figure out a good way to, well, I guess this won't look terrible, but you'll understand hopefully as we get going. All right, so we're going to create, like I said, a simple program. How simple? Well, we're going to put in three text boxes and a couple buttons. So text box, text box, text box, button, button. I guess we could put in one more button because we have been putting in an exit button. Whoops, that's not good. We have been putting in both an exit button and a clear button. So, all right. So the idea is going to be this. I'm going to have, there's a text box, There's a text box. There's a text box. In fact, I'm gonna try to make this look halfway decent. And we'll start by just putting in a single label right here. All right. Then I'm going to change the name of that to label number 1. I'm going to put the text for that to number 1. So there's that. I'm going to move that over. Okay. Copy and paste. So this will now become number 2. And the text will be number 2. All right. And we'll copy it, make one more. And this will be label answer. And the text will be answer. All right. And this will now become text box. Number 1. This will be text box number 2. And this will be text box answer. This button will be button calculate. This button here will be button clear. And this button here will be button exit. Let's change the names on all of those. So again, this is calculate. This is clear. And this is exit. And I'm not going to worry about changing, I'm not going to worry about changing colors or anything else. The idea behind this particular program, to be totally frank with you, is to get it done working and to show you a few things, but get it done as soon as possible. All right? So, let's see. Number 1, number 2. I am going to do one more thing here. I'm going to bring these down. I'm going to bring these down. You'll know why in just a minute. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to change this. This is going to say right here, label operation. Okay, and that's going to be the name, and the actual thing here is going to be operation. There we go. In fact, let's should have done this first. Let's change the order of these. I know I'm sounding a little scatterbrained right now. Just give me a second. All right. So I actually think this is finished. Let's move this over. Looks pretty good. That's not bad. All right. So the idea behind this is as follows. I'm going to run this, and if I put a 6 here and a plus and a 3 here and click calculate, it's going to give me a 9 right there. That should make sense, right? And this field, actually, this field is a read-only field. Okay, we'll just even leave the color and everything in there. All right. This, we already said, was called exit, right? And we have to change our code to make that exit. All right. Let's, do we have the other one open? Yes. So let me steal the code for the clear button and for the exit button. So that'll be calculate. This will be clear. And this will be exit. If I did this right, I'm going to get errors when I go and copy this in, but don't worry about it. We'll fix them right away. All right, so text box number 1, text box operation, text box number 2, text box answer, and don't need this. That I'll have to fix, but we will. Text box number 1. Okay, what did I call the operation? I didn't. Okay, which is why it's giving me that error. We've got label operation with this one. We did not change. So text box operation. There we go. Let's go back and look at our code again. All right. So that's all done. Okay. Now, our exit should be done. So let's just do our calculate. So we're going to say here double num1 equals 0, double num2 equals 0, double ANS for answer equals 0, char operation or op equals single quote space single quote. Oops. There we go. All right. Then we're going to do this. We're going to say if the operation is, in fact, let's switch on it. That'll work. Switch on our operation. We haven't used a switch yet on our operation. If the operation is a plus sign, we want to, oops, if it's a plus sign, try it again. If it's a plus sign, what the heck happened there? So if it's a plus sign, the answer is equal to num1 plus num2. Okay? Why is it doing that? Oh, and we need the word break. Okay, there's our errors are gone. In fact, you know what? I'm going to write it as an if. You'll see why in a minute. So, if op I could do it as a switch. It really doesn't matter. If it equals plus, I'm not going to be checking for this, whether it has a value in here or not. I'm not going to do any validation checking. I've decided not to do that. I just want to get this down and dirty and done and be able to show it to you. And these will have to both be converted to double. There we go. Okay, ANS equals num1 plus num2. So in other words, if I put a plus in there, I want to add them. All right. else if it's equal to a minus, the answer is num1 minus num2. Else, if it's a multiply, the answer is num1 times num2. Else, if it's a divide, the answer is num1 divided by number 2. Else, if it's a modulo, percent sign, it's number 1 modulo number 2. And then we're just going to put in here else. We're going to say that the answer is equal to, try to come up with a number that probably we wouldn't normally have. It's a double, so I'm going to put in here 987654321. All right. And if you don't get that, hold on a minute, okay? All right, so we've got all that stuff. Now, I want to say if the answer is equal to 987654321, in other words, that's going to be, we did something wrong, if that's the case. Then, text box answer dot text equals illegal operation. Otherwise, the answer, the text box answer dot text equals ANS dot, it's a string, we'll make it a number with 2 digits. So in other words, we very, very quickly just created a cheap, chintzy little down and dirty calculator. Okay? Let's try it and see if it works. All right. 34 plus 3 equals legal operation. Well, that isn't a good start. Clear, that works. Exit, that works. That's good. See if we can fix this. So, to answer plus, minus, multiply, divide, or modulo. Up. Oh, okay. The operation is going to be convert dot to char text box operation dot text. Okay. All right. Well, the answer should really come after that. There we go. Let's try that again. Okay. In fact, just to make it easier, because I realized that was getting really hard to read, let's highlight all this. In fact, let's highlight the whole shebang. All right. And let's go over to font. And let's make this 16-point bold. All right. Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll straighten that out in just a second. I just want to make it so we can all read this. All right. That over a tad. There. It's not great, but fixing it up and playing with it that fast, it'll be fine now. So, one more thing. Let's change our Windows start position to center screen, and we'll also very quickly do a view tab order 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, these don't matter, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another view tab order. Let's do a file save all and run it. All right, I'm already at 20 minutes, but very quickly. So 34 plus 3 equals 37. Good. 34 minus 3 equals 31. Good. 34 times 3 equals 102. Good. 34 divided by 3 equals 11.33. Good. And 34 modulo 3 equals 1. Clear works, X it'll work. All right, so when I come back, I'm going to try to bring this together and show you why I did what I did. I'll be back in just a couple.